Just turn your volume down, that's all. And we are live at the Pirate Broadcast, and it's an amazing day. And I just want to welcome you if you're live, if you're following in the stream, having the conversation with us today. We have some interesting people doing interesting things, and today is no different. You know, we're going to continue this trend for as long as we can, as long as LinkedIn will let me. So we want to make sure that you have an opportunity to discover something new and put some things together. So it sounds like, Nick, you have your voice on. You have your phone on. Turn your phone down.
It's off
now.
We
have Nick Dorsey. He's in the Pacific Northwest, if I don't recall.
Yes, Washington.
You know, I'm a former Washingtonian. I used to
right move.
Right downtown Seattle, and right across from the Seattle Art Museum. So,
okay, I'm about 30 miles south.
Yeah. So you're down in Tumwater?
Bonnie Lake.
Bonnie Lake. Okay.
Yeah.
I know Bonnie Lake. It's fun. We used to live out on the peninsula too. So
okay,
the whole area, area down there.
Well, you made the right move.
Well, you know, I took a detour to Houston for about 10 years. So now I'm in Arizona and caring for mom and dad here. So it's been an adventure. And speaking of adventures, you know, you have jumped on LinkedIn. You're fairly new to the platform, and you really kind of started to expand your brand and your message and your connections. And you're up to over 6,000 connections now, Nick?
Yeah, we're approaching 6,000, and it's been about since the beginning of October.
So let me get a little backstory here. You know, you're Washington, you're in operations, you know, you've been in the casino industry, you've been operationally running teams and building teams so let's talk about leadership and how you got to this point on LinkedIn and how you've kind of developed your career up till now, and then let's break it apart today.
Well, I've been very fortunate coming up in the casino field. I went in as a frontline employee, and we had some management. We had a manager that was, we'll just say, wasn't enjoyable. And
the manager, you want to leave?
Yes, and my wife talked me in because I was ready to leave, and she talked me into staying. She told me good things will happen. It was hard to believe her. That person at that moment, that person, you know, moved on. You know, whatever the situation was with the company, they moved on. Somebody else came in. Lady named Pam Tyler, one of my mentors now, and she brought me in. She came in, took about 6 months, saw everything was going on, saw what I can give back. And before you know, I was a project coordinator and chief engineer, got promoted really quick. And then from that point on, she told me to get on LinkedIn back then. I got on, but didn't do much, you know, because I didn't understand it. You know, she just make a profile, let people see you. But I did like a post one day, and a couple days later, got a call about a job opportunity, becoming a manager / director for another casino and facilities. So I was kind of scared. I went in and told her, and she supported me 100%. She, you know, did my references. She talked to the recruiter. She talked to the company. It was amazing, but they brought me up slowly and mentored me correctly, where I got to learn all the ins and outs of leading people, of becoming a manager, how to, you know, work with people in the field and get all your paperwork done, and how to make it all work without working an immense amount of hours, you know, just, you know, because it was really about family and work. You know, you got to have a family life too. You can't take away from them. So that was amazing. Then went into, accepted that other position, moved across the state into Eastern Washington.
Oh, wow.
Took on a whole bunch of people that were very agriculture over there, as you probably remember. City life over here. So it was kind of like, who's this city boy coming in? You know, and how to gain their respect.
Telling us what to do.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and I'm in a suit and everything, and they're all in Carhartts and t-shirts, and like, who are you? You know, and I'm like, hi. But gained their respect, rebuild the culture there, rebuilt the department. It was a lot of fun. And then my company I'm currently at, I used to work with the COO, and he just gave me a text one day, said, "Hey, would you like to come over?" And about 3 text messages, 2 emails, and a phone call, and I was hired on here, and we moved back across the state, came back in the position. They brought me in because they were totally changing the culture of the company. It was doing just like an about face after 50 years, 55 years of history of the company. They're like, we're starting over.
So you're the change maker now, all of a sudden.
Well, they brought me in for that, to help out with that. It's been a big team effort, but I came in and built a facilities housekeeping department that was never here before. So writing all the policies and procedures, writing all the job descriptions, and there's one team member left over from before. She's been here for 21 years, but all the other team members in the departments I've hired on, they're my type of people with the attitude I'm looking for, with the work ethic I'm looking for. And it's been absolutely amazing. This is probably the greatest team I've been involved with. Sorry to people in the past. I love them too, but these guys will take their shirt off their backs for me. They'll work on weekends, work overtimes. I don't even have to ask them. They tell me, "Hey, do I need to be here this weekend? Do I need to be here later? What do we need to do to get this done?" So it's been a blessing, and I just love it. It makes it so much fun.
It does make it so much fun. And here's the difference though, is like, I was in a post earlier, I think yesterday, it was like the whole primary goal of a leader is to create other leaders. And when you create a culture of leaders, everyone automatically knows what to do, And that's like the whole idea of, you can help each other out. You have a common cause, you have a common goal, and you're really looking out for each other's best interest. So people can have a family, they can have a life, they have some balance. A lot of times, there's such a big push in social media today. You got to grind it, you got to crush it, you got to do all these things. And the reality is that, for myself, my business and my life are just kind of one thing. I'm just one thing. And in organizations, that doesn't always work because, you might have an employee that has, a sick kid that you have to work around, and you have to, backfill, and you have to cover each other, and you have to help each other out. And that's where leadership really comes in, is where you can have each other thinking about what each other is doing, right?
Exactly. And what I really preach is, we need to trust each other. We need to treat each other like family. The team lives kind of far from the properties. And sometimes I will come in at night and do things so they don't have to get up. I got a couple mentality on this, which is kind of bad, but I'm salary. So I'm like, well, if I go in, it's free to the company. Right. But then sometimes I know we've had long weeks with the team. So I'll go in and, okay, I just need to reset an air compressor. I need to unclog this line really quick just to get this oven up and running or something like that. It's something I can do really fast and easy.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean my wife enjoys me getting up in the middle of the night and leaving, but, I feel that's what builds my relationship with my team, because they know I have their back also. Well, and they know I'll fight for them, and I'm there for them, and I'll do stuff for them,
Well, the reality is that you're willing to do as much or more than what you'd be, asking someone else to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's really what it's all about. It's like they could see you stepping up, producing results, going up there, getting it in the night, and taking care of this stuff, so they don't have to. And I think a lot of respect is built out of that. So it's phenomenal in a leadership role that we're like, it's like, it's not about, hey, do what you're told, you're a number here, pick a number kind of thing. It's more about, hey, we're part of a team. We're moving this thing forward. We're building trust. We're building, a little empathy towards each other's lives and what they're doing. So I that hats off to you and building a team. So you've been doing this a while. Now you started recently on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, you're kind of doing the same thing. You're kind of building some knowledge and trust across the platform, and meeting a few people. We talked about Mike and Ira and a few others on the platform. In fact, I should probably jump in and see if anybody's in here hopping in on the comments. Frank's here. Sherry Lolly, thank you so much for being here. Ron Craig. Hey, Lori.
Hi, Ron.
Curtis, Ron's here. Yeah.
Curtis. What's up, Curtis, my man?
Curtis. Yeah. Good morning. Celeste. Damon.
What's up, Damon? Damon's a Pacific Northwest guy, so
okay, cool.
Yeah, we hang out outside the platform, so
that's
lots
fantastic.
of fun with him. Yeah,
and that's a good point. Nick and I were talking about the opportunity to connect with some individuals off the platform, and it's amazing to think that you can actually build relationships. And have you been to LinkedIn Local in the?
No, we haven't. I've talked about doing it. Ira and I have talked about getting a group of people from actually all over together, kind of travel together and get together, because we thought that would be a lot of fun. That would put a little twist to it. That'd be really hard to get, all these professional schedules lined up, and find a central location to meet, because we're all across the country.
Well, you're an organizer. You could probably make it work.
We could probably figure it out somehow. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you mentioned Mike and Ira, Damon, and Curtis.
Ron.
I mean, Ron. Oh, Ron's the pants guy, so watch out. So
I did, Ron. I asked Nick if he had his pants on, so he's okay. We're clear.
Yeah, we're good.
Now, me on the other hand, I can't.
Yeah, well,
I can't say.
The camera could stay where it's at. It's all good. But those guys with Mike also, and Erica and Craig from Crushing B2B, and Kelly from Pontinose, these people, and Tina Oliver, which we talked about earlier, the Credit Wizard and Friday Night Lights. I mean, those people have been my rock on LinkedIn so far. They've had my back. They've, really told me to reach out of my comfort zone, and I have, and it's been so much fun. All of us connect outside the network too. We text each other, we talk to each other. And I think that's huge for a lot of this. I mean, obviously Ira's got like 90,000 followers, there's no way he's going to connect with 90,000 people outside the platform.
Yeah.
But if you can find those handful of people that you can connect with outside, that can truly have your best interest and can truly help you, and who are willing to help, that's what makes all this fantastic.
Well, and I think
that's what makes this platform amazing.
I have to agree with that, because the most amazing people I've met in my life in the last 20 years have been through LinkedIn, and the relationships that I built have continued to, help me out in different ways and capacities. And it's just amazing to think right now you can build a community around people that are not geographically next door. It's not like your next door neighbor, and it's not like you're getting together for a barbecue in the summertime. However, it's still community. It's still a real community, and I've met some people. I've become really close with a lot of individuals on LinkedIn, and it's amazing to watch and see. And it's like, okay, let's make it what you want to make it, right? And let's organize a community around what we're doing, our interests, and our conversations.
Agreed. I see people making all these posts on how you have to build your brand, how you have to make your LinkedIn page. And it just shocks me sometimes. People like, you only need people who do what you do. I mean, I'm like, you're so close-minded.
Yeah.
I mean, because I look at it, it's like, I'll accept anybody. They'll connect. And if they start trolling or doing something, it's so easy just to, okay, you're gone, delete, over with, because it's my page. I'm going to control the content that's on it. Nobody else can control what I want my page to be. It's my job to do that.
Yeah.
So I'll accept everybody, because you never know. It's that one person that you would never figure out, who might not even be in your realm, your group of people. Yeah. And it can change your life forever.
Out. They don't know what's going to come up, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that can just change your life forever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, why not? I would have never came across some of these other people that I have without accepting them. Like, I probably would never came across Tina because I have no need for what she does. Oh, sorry about that. I'm going to turn my thing off here. I have no need to do what she has, her business. It's a fantastic business, but we built such a great friendship, and other people I've been introduced from her. It's been amazing. So I always say, keep that mind open, go for it, and just explore new people. I mean, look at us.
Yeah.
I mean, we came across each other. I mean, I can't remember what post we're on or anything, but we came across each other, and there it is.
Asking if I want to be a pirate.
Yeah, I like, okay, is this guy a creeper? I have to figure this out real quick, but look at us a week later, here we are.
Yeah.
So it's been fantastic.
And here's the thing is that you posted something. I think I looked at the stream and the conversation, and I just said, like, that sounds like an interesting individual. It's like, I like what he's doing. I like what, the conversation. And it was like, okay, we had some mutual friends and some mutual connections. And what I want to do is expose people to different types of individuals doing different things. It's like, I've always been fascinated by what people do. You drive by these industries and look at a building that has some generic name on it. And I always wonder myself, it's like, I wonder what they do. What do they manufacture? What do they contribute? And who do they help? And so I'm bringing people like yourself, other individuals, some of them are in my circle of friends, and some people I know, and, I understand what they do. And a lot of marketing folks are in here, and a lot of people that are, contributing good things like podcasting. We had Lori Ray yesterday, and Lonnie Ray, excuse me, Lonnie. And I think if we can get a lot more interest in what we're doing around us, looking at other people and what they're doing, and find out a little bit about what people are doing, then it allows us to think broader, like we're talking about. Don't be so closed-minded. Be open to the possibility that someone else can contribute to your life. It's not just this person or that person. It's all people have something to give. We all have a gift. We all have a message. We all have something to contribute, right?
Exactly. I mean, it's like, I opened my mind up to a lot of marketing people lately, because my company does not market. Where we have our couple vendors, we get tons of work from them. There is no question, so we don't market. Well, I come from casino industry that markets a ton, but never for my departments, so I've opened myself to marketing people, and it's just, I feel it's made me better because it's made me present myself better. It's made me brand myself better, because I've realized it's just not about what I'm hired to do. It's about the bigger, circle of everything, out there. I can contribute to a bunch of different areas without even knowing what I'm doing, just by talking with people, just by listening, just by respecting what they do, and just helping out in any way I can. So that's something LinkedIn's really helped out with. It's brought me out of my comfort zone. I'm doing videos. I mean, I'm on this live with you now. It's been stuff I would never really do before. I've spoken in front of people. That was not a big deal. But God, when I did my first LinkedIn video, I was freaking out because I'm thinking there's 660 million people on here. Oh my God, it's just like, don't screw it up. Yeah. And I'm like, and then I got to the point I was, Kelly Robinson made this post about I believe it was like the 10 things of LinkedIn that she needs to work on or going to do for the New Year's or learned from LinkedIn. And I told her 2 of mine were just basically be myself. And when I do videos, they're just spur of the moment. It doesn't matter what I'm wearing. It doesn't matter what I look like. It pop thoughts in my head. Boom. I throw one out. Yeah. I mean, I don't think about the day before about doing a video. I don't think about that. Sometimes I just wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, that's a good thought. Let's put it on there.
Let me share it.
It's just, because that's the real me. That's the raw me. And that's what I want people to see. It's like doing a job interview or something. People say, you need to do this, you need to do that. I get it. But when I'm interviewing people, I rather people be real because I want to hire that person. I don't want to get there and find out, okay, that person's fake. They absolutely faked it through the interview.
They're
That's
a great
not who I want.
I didn't see that coming.
Exactly. And then that just makes it a problem from that point on. So I know I probably have recruiters out there and hiring managers are like, no, but that's just, it's just, I'm just real. I'm a person who cracks jokes. Yes, I'm a person who has fun. So I want you to see my personality. Yeah. That's just who I am. I'm not going to be fake towards you. So,
well, and I think that's part of leadership that I think, being human and being, not necessarily being 100% in control all the time, understanding where the boundaries are and what you can do to achieve results and enhance the value that other people bring to the table because you're allowing them to be them, right? Exactly. You're allowing them to have a personality and a presence in the business. And I think that's really important for people to understand is like, you don't know where the next the nugget of knowledge is going to come from that, is going to take you and move you forward in your mindset because, it could be a 6-year-old child. It could be, somebody that you meet in line at Starbucks or something, these things these seeds that are planted in your mindset, come from different places. So don't put limitations on where you can achieve results. Just be open to the possibility. That's the way I look at it. So
I agree because I believe as Steve Jobs once says, why hire smart people and tell them what to do? We hire smart people so they can tell us what to do. Yeah. And I actually believe I hire licensed electricians for a reason, because they do that work, Yeah. Like I always say, I'll provide you with the regulations we need to do with the scope of work and the tools, but you're the one doing the work. I let them do the work. I don't stand over them. I ask them how they want to do it, how they're going to run it. I make sure it's to our regulations because we have strict regulations because we're in aerospace, so, but besides that, I'm like, hey, I hired you to do this. Do it your way, get it done to code, and make sure it's going to be functional for us, and I want them to be a big part of that because I want them to feel like they're an important piece of the company. I want them to feel like what they're doing is helping and they're contributing to our company. So, and I want them to feel like they're kind of in charge. Why not?
Well, they own it. They need to own it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's ownership in part of it. So it's really important for that to take place.
And that's how I feel is why would you hire people if you're not going to let them take ownership of what they're doing, what you hired them to do? It makes no sense to me I'm a glorified babysitter. Okay, whatever. But that doesn't mean I'm a micromanager. I oversee. Ultimately, I'm responsible for what they do and everything. That's fine. But if you build your team properly, if you give them the respect they're looking for, if you treat them like a human being, they will give that back to you. Yeah, there's always a handful of people that they are what they are. And then you just find them and, move on and bring somebody else in.
Well, I think anybody that's worked in a large organization has had the experience of toxic people, possibly a toxic boss, supervisor or coworker. And it's unnecessary. The best
really is
the ones that say, here's the result that we want to achieve. Here's some parameters that we need to achieve them in. Own it, figure it out. If you need help, I'm here to help you. And here's the goal. Here's the timeline. Here's the resources you need. Let's get it done.
I agree. Human instinct means you want to do something. You want to get it done. Yeah, you might be a little scared, but like, for instance, the old saying with men is, we don't need instructions. We'll just do it. And that's kind of what I tell my team. Just go out and do it.
Thank goodness for Uber, we don't have to think about directions anymore.
No, they all have iPads. They all have phones. We can fix $1 million CNC machine by YouTube in a video now and watching a video. They have all this stuff at their access to do that. And then I'm there when they need me, and I'll go down and check on them. I interact with the whole company daily. We have 4 properties. I go to all 4 of them daily, and I interact with everybody. But but I check on my team to see where they're at, what they're doing, because I gotta make a report to the CFO and the COO. So I mean, it's got to make sure I know what's going on. But when you have multiple properties and you're in charge of multiple people, it's hard to know where everybody's at and what everybody's doing, just for the fact that we have multiple. We take care of 126 different pieces of equipment. I got people all over the place, and they got PM schedules. Machines are down, they're fixing that here. We're running
all kinds of skill sets as well.
Yeah, we have welders, electricians, plumbers, PM crews. So I mean, there's a lot going on there, but it's a lot of fun. That's the thing. The team has fun. I mean, it's just amazing. I've had people who've got other job offers and they say they're not leaving because they love the culture I built, and they're offered more money, and to me as a leader, once you hear that and that and you believe them, you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You're making the right direction. I mean, I've mentored people and they become operation managers. They've got higher roles at another company, and I'm more than welcome to recommend them and help them get that process, because it's helping better their life. Is it going to hurt us?
That's the definition of leadership. When you can help somebody become a leader in another organization and watch them grow, it's pretty satisfying. It has to be satisfying, right?
It is. One of the guys I love to death, his nickname's Cash, but I mentored him over at one of my casino jobs when he was a manager, and we still talk. He's a great kid. He got an operation manager job somewhere else, and he's kicking butt. And you know what? And me as a leader, I look at that. It's not about my job description is my job description. Everybody's like, oh, you did this. I go, no, that's what I was paid to do. Yeah. I'm not paid to create people become leaders. But when that happens, to me, that's the biggest accomplishment. That's where I know.
Byproduct.
Oh my God, it puts the biggest smile on my face. Yeah. It makes me feel like all the hard work is working. A couple of years ago, I went to a gaming convention, and one of the keynote speakers said, and this resonates a lot with me, is you remember all the good times and you remember all the bad times. I want you to remember all the bad times with your leaders. And people are kind of like, huh? And you go, okay, you remember those bad times, how you hated it, how you either quit or wanted to quit, or just, wanted to strangle somebody. And everybody's like, yeah. He goes, okay, now when you're a leader, don't treat people like that. Remember those times. Remember how you want to be treated. Remember how you want to be. And it's just like, from that point on, everything's just like, bam. It's about my team. It's about taking care of them. It's about defending them. Yeah. It's about taking them out to pizza every once in a while, bringing them donuts, bringing them Gatorades, playing. We do some games at work, barbecues, it's just, you just got to keep them there. You got to keep them happy. That's the biggest thing. I keep them happy, and they keep me happy, and that's it. What comes around goes around. It's a big circle.
It is a big circle, and it's amazing what you can achieve with a little bit of kindness, a little bit of gratitude, a little bit of empathy in the workplace, and that travels for miles. And Nick, I want to make sure that I highlight a couple of people. Jill Brown, Kenyatta, Vicki O'Neill, Ron Craig, still coming up with. We're going to do the LinkedIn traveling pants people.
All right, let's do it.
Wendy, Kelly.
Hey, Kelly.
Everyone. Yeah. The people that are here are the people that have a little bit of kindness. They have gratitude. I love the individuals that I'm connected with, and it really makes a difference in my world when I can bring interesting people like yourself, Nick, to the table and show a different dimension to what people are doing and what interesting things are taking place in their lives. And, I appreciate and applaud the fact that you're here. It's, early in Washington because it's Pacific Standard Time. And so thank you so much for making the effort to be here. And so I know you have a new arrival in the family. You got big plans for the weekend, or what's taking place over the weekend?
Well, this weekend it's taking down all the Christmas stuff, which we have a ton of stuff. We go all out for Christmas. I mean, we have 2 grandkids in the house, so it's fun having a 6-year-old in the house for Christmas. It's been, absolutely amazing. Right after Halloween was over, the first thing out of her mouth the next day is Santa's coming. So it was on since then. And then a big shout out to my daughter. She was a trooper on New Year's Eve. Brought in our new granddaughter. Yeah, just beautiful. Thank you. And that stuff's so much fun, and it's, just last night, like I was telling you before we came on, she just sitting on my chest for like an hour, just making all those little noises, not crying, trying to figure out what the hell she's in now because she's so used to dark and water for 9 months, and moving around her arms and, trying to keep her from scratching her face, so putting the little mittens on and just all the little movements and stretches. It just was absolutely, it's been just a blessing, and
it's amazing.
It is. And you don't realize till that life's in your hand how much, they just depend on you for this time, it's just, you're their whole world. And, just my whole family and both sides of the family were there, big time supported. And I'm just, I'm so happy for her. And I appreciate everybody's support and everything they did because it's a blessing to the family and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I believe every day is a gift. So, open it with presence,
Yes.
It's like be available right now for the people around you and make sure that you make an impact in their life. And so, Nick, it's been a pleasure talking to you. If you're not connected to Nick, get connected, reach out, make sure that you build a bridge to that relationship and others in his network. There's a lot of people. I just love this Ron's comments in the pants department. So, there has to be humor in our lives. There has to be a little bit of levity. So
we have a lot of fun. Our network.
Yeah.
It's Follow Me Friday Night Lights tonight with Tina. It's a good time always on Friday night. If you stay home, like some of us do, so we make the best out of it. So
fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being here and everyone else that was here. I appreciate you, all the gratitude in the world. And if you have questions for Nick, drop them in the comments. I'm sure that he'll get around to, replying. Sometimes I get there late. Sometimes I get there early. Just if you want more information, you can always follow me on russjohns.com. And, this episode will be up before the end of the day, podcast along with it. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on Facebook. It'll be on LinkedIn. So whatever your choice is for consuming your content, whatever happens to appeal to you, it's available. And I want to make it easy for you to access new individuals, interesting people doing interesting things. So, and you know what I say, kindness is cool, smiles are free. You enjoy the day.
Thank you. Am I official pirate now?
Nick, you're an official pirate now.
Been waiting.
Have a great weekend, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Take care.
You too.